Good morning, everyone. I hope this video finds you well. I am going to go through what you are going to do today in class. Should be Tuesday, April 13th that you are doing this. You need to go into your Google Classroom, go to Unit 5 Glaze, click on the Introduction to Glazing, and then click on this Amaco Glaze Exploration. You're going to want to open that up. You're also going to want to open up Glaze Inventory, so you have that both documents open, and that's all you should need today. If you missed going over this glazing packet, you're going to want to do that on your own, probably before you do this. When you open up the Glaze Exploration, it's going to ask you first to think about the top 3 things that really stick out into your mind that you need to know in order to glaze your pottery in this class. So think about 3 things that I told you need to be done, or 3 things to make sure that you do for your pottery. Do your best to try to answer those. If you really can't think of 3 things, then you probably want to go back to that other document to check that out and see what you can figure out. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to open up Amaco.com, and I have it open here. I'm going to go to the first page so you can see what happens when you type that in. So Amaco.com brings this page up, and you're going to go to glazes and underglazes, and all you have to do is hover over them, and then you're going to click on low fire glazes. When you click on that, you're going to get all those categories that you saw pop up to the right. The Artist Choice, Crystal-X, F-Series, Low Fire Gloss, Low Fire Matte, Opalescent, Textured Alligator, and some others. What I am going to want you to do is you're going to choose one type of glaze. So I think those Crystal-X looks pretty good, so I'm going to click on that. Now, when you click here, you're going to get not only a little explanation of what they are, you're also going to get all these small pictures of what these different glazes look like, okay? And you're going to just look at them. If they have more than what's right there, you're going to click on the button to see more. They have some new ones that they just came out, and we do have some of these in class, maybe not all of them. So I might check this out. This one speaks to me, Magnolia Jewel. And you're going to want to click on one. So on this glaze exploration, I chose right here the CTL Crystal-X glazes. So you type that in here. And then I just picked, oh, I love that it tells me on my tab. I just picked CTL-70 Magnolia Jewel. Cost of 1 pint. I'm going to go back and I see right over here, holy moly, 1 pint of this costs $25.60. That is a lot for a bottle of glaze. So then I'm going to give it a product description. Now, they do give us a product description right here that I suppose you could copy and paste, but you might want to give it your own. So I'm actually not even going to read it, and I'm going to say this is a deep purple glaze with bursts. I'm going to say bigger bursts of yellow and small bursts of white. I think that's about accurate. And then I'm going to look over here at the product details and see that it is indeed a food safe glaze. That's where you see that symbol with the fork and the knife. So over here it says, is this a dinnerware safe glaze? Yes, it is. Then, do we have this in our classroom inventory? Great question. Can I actually put this on my piece? You're going to go to the glaze inventory and you're going to want to scroll down. Oh wait, what is this again? CTL-70. So I'm going to scroll CTL, and most of them are in order, but these do not seem to be. And guess what, children? I don't own this one. Wah, wah, wah. So sad. No but please order next year. You can do that because you know what? I want to have colors in the classroom that you guys want. So if you get a big old no for that glaze inventory chart, let me know if you think I should get that or not. All right, so you're going to do this twice. All right, so you might want to, because of the way I wrote this, like just pick another CTL glaze. You're going to get to look around more later. So you're going to do that. The next thing I want you to do is to open up another section. You're going to open up, you can go low fire glazes and just click artist choice. You can do this and then scroll all the way down to the bottom, and they have this section right here that has layering. So this is specifically layering artist choice over opalescence. So I'm going to just take a look at these pictures and see what I find interesting, and I'm going to pick one. So let's pick green float right there. So when I open this up, this is going to give me some pictures. It gives me this picture of this pottery. And then it gives me this picture. So this is using green float. I can tell right here. Let's see if I can make this bigger. Yep. So if I'm looking at this plate right here, what this is telling me is that this is green float on top. This is this section right here. That's just green float all by its lonesome. And then this part down here is just black tulip, which is an O2 glaze. So that's just black tulip by itself. But here's what happens on this big part. When I take black tulip and I put 2 layers of black tulip on, and then I take 1 layer of green float and put it on top. That's what happens, okay? So then if I go this way, I can see this is green float, this is transparent pearl, and this is what happens when I put green float over transparent pearl. I know it's over because this is on top, this is on the bottom. They literally do this. So this is the glaze that's on top of this one. Okay, how cool is that? You'd never know if you didn't see this, the green float makes this beautiful blue over transparent pearl. Okay, so you can keep looking. You see all these different combinations of what happens to this glaze when it's layered with something else. Oh, I love that. Okay, now each one of these glazes, of the A glazes, are going to show you with all these different O's on top and what they look like. Okay, so this is your exploration. Find a combination that you just think is interesting, and you're going to write it down right here. You're going to tell me what the bottom layer is, the top layer. Then you're going to check that glaze inventory and see if we have them in stock. This will tell you if that at some point in your ceramic career in high school you can use those. Okay, and then give yourself a little description of the color that these two create. So you're going to do that 3 times. Then here comes the fun part. Then you get to decide. You can look back at those A's, you can look at the other ones, definitely take a look at the F's to see all the like kind of plain colors we have. But let me tell you, Fritted Colors, they are fritted for a reason. They make wonderful layering pieces. You take an F glaze and you put it over an A glaze and you're going to get all sorts of changes. So know that these will slightly tint another glaze towards that color, but sometimes you might get a surprise. You might put a green over a green and end up with blue or purple. You really don't necessarily know what's going to happen, but you're going to just pick some colors that you think might look good together, and you're going to figure out and plan how you're going to put them on your C form. Okay. Basically, I'd like you to glaze most of it or all of it in one color first. So that would be your bottom layer glaze, and probably do 2 coats, but you guys can make up your mind if you want to do 1 coat or 2 coats, or maybe you want to do 3 coats and just little touches of other colors. That would be fine too. Then pick another top layer that you could drip or paint or, sponge on top of some places, maybe not the whole thing. And then pick an accent layer glaze. Pick something that you'll just put a little bit of it on in certain spots. And I think that will give you guys a really good understanding of what glaze can do on a piece. Okay. There is plenty of room at the bottom if you want to sketch something out to plan it. If that's easier than writing it in words, go ahead and try that. My children are now being loud and I have to stop this video, and it's probably too long, and I apologize, but thank you very much for listening and hanging in with me. I hope you guys have fun doing this, and I look forward to being able to actually help you glaze your pieces.